Hello friends, welcome back to Ouroboros Tarot. So today's reading is a you versus them reading. I have three groups for you to choose from. These cards were the shadow work cards that came out for each one of your readings today. So I have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Go ahead and pause this video, take as much time as you need to find the pile that sits right with your energy, as well as with your person's energy, and I will see you in a minute. Hello pile 1. So today's pick a card reading is a you versus them reading. So essentially, if you haven't watched these videos before, how I do it is we get into how person 1 is showing up energetically currently in this connection, as well as what their energy toward the connection is currently, and we also get person 2's energy and their energy toward the connection, and then we'll also get the connecting energies currently. Then we'll get into how each person is thinking, feeling, and what's shifting for them, as well as the connecting energies for thinking, feeling, and shifting between the both of them currently. So you might find that you are energetically drawn to both people, and that's okay too. It might not be, there might be mirroring going on. But person 1 is showing up currently in this connection as the dilettante, the hawk, and the fox. And person 2 is currently showing up as the hero / heroine, the bat. I think I need to put these down a little. And the dolphin. Okay. So I would say that person 2 is kind of going through some sort of wake-up call. And I don't necessarily see anything here that indicates guilt. It seems like this person is trying, at least, to show themselves some compassion or some kindness while they go through this state of accepting where they're at or how they are capable of showing up in connections currently, how capable they are of growing. There's an element here of bravery in a sense, and perhaps the fox person isn't necessarily viewing this dolphin person in that way. It could be that, you know, she ignores me. Oh my God, girl. She ignores me all evening until I start reading. And then she's like, pay attention to me. Come on, please move. You completely, I was vibing and you threw me off. Come on. That's Lily, in case you haven't seen her before. But I don't remember what I was saying. It just feels like the dolphin person is perhaps recognizing where their shortcomings are, or are perhaps looking at this connection in a way in which they are realizing that it's a two-way street, and perhaps they can't take on the mentality of always being the victim. And you know, with the bat here, it feels like it's a little delayed. Perhaps this growth is something that the dolphin might be viewing as something that should have happened a long time ago, but it doesn't matter because it seems as though they're exploring this now. And the fox person seems to be kind of acting, I would say, in a very controlled manner. Not in a controlling manner, but they have control over their demeanor right now. It seems like they're probably acting very nonchalantly towards this dolphin person. And And I think that it has to do with a matter of like self-preservation or self-protection. You know, if the dolphin really is understanding that they have some shortcomings that they need to work through, it makes sense why the fox might feel as though they need to protect themselves. However, at the same time, foxes are representative of really wonderful partners. And so I would say that even though the fox is portraying themselves as somebody who is very controlled, very la-di-da about all of this, I think that really deep down inside, they feel a sense of loyalty to this dolphin. They feel a sense of concern and care, and they know that they're not actually intending on stepping away from this dolphin. But I think the fox wants to give the dolphin space currently to be the hero or the heroine of their own story. Perhaps the dolphin has been waiting for the fox to come save them, and the way in which the fox is doing this is by refusing to be their hero so that they can step up and be the hero themselves, if that makes sense. And that's obviously just an analogy, so please don't take everything I say as absolute truth. Don't shoot the messenger. But that's what I'm seeing. And then in terms of how the fox energetically is showing up toward the dolphin, like how they're energetically showing up towards this connection currently, we have self-esteem. And then the dolphin is currently showing up as patience. So I think that both of these people are really trying to show up in this connection in a way that is healthy and positive and proactive, perhaps after having undergone a point in this connection in which it wasn't healthy. That doesn't have to be the case, but with self-esteem here, I feel like the fox really wants to focus on perhaps licking their own wounds, or making sure that they don't betray themselves or let themselves down by accepting less than what it is that they deserve. And I think the dolphin with patience here is, for one, perhaps practicing not being as demanding of another person or placing all of their needs on another person. And that's not going to resonate for all of you. But I would say that one of the biggest things I'm getting with this patience is that the dolphin is working towards having patience for where things are at currently. So like I was saying earlier, the dolphin is kind of accepting where they're at, but I think that they're also really having to work right now at accepting where this connection is at. It might not be exactly where they want it to be, and they're really focusing on practicing the art of patience. And then the connecting energies between the two of these people currently in the present moment is the threshold, which kind of gives me the idea that for a lot of you there has been some rocky terrain in the recent past. It feels as though there are changes happening between the two of these people, shifts occurring that are completely changing each one of these persons' perspectives. It feels like perhaps boundaries have been crossed in the recent past and now new boundaries are being formed, but there is an element of crossing over something. So there is change happening here that could potentially seem pretty scary, but also change is very exciting. But that's what I'm seeing for what's currently going on. So I'm going to go ahead and put these up here, and then we'll get into what it is that they are thinking. So, what is this fox person currently thinking about the connection? What are they thinking about this connection? Okay, so we have the Chariot and the Six of Swords. It feels like they are ready. The fox person is ready to smooth things over, is ready to come toward this connection. They're thinking about coming toward this connection, but they have a very strong desire to only come toward it if there is peace. They do not want to come charging toward this connection if there are arguments to be had or attacks to be made. It just seems like this fox with self-esteem here is really thinking about how they can bring about their own inner peace, and they're hoping that the dolphin can do the same. They're really rooting for the dolphin to bring about their own inner peace as well. What is it that this fox person is thinking? Okay, I'm going to take this because that was too many. And then we have the Page of Swords. No, that's the Knight of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of movement here. So the Chariot is very action oriented. It's like a race to the finish line, trying to get to a destination as quickly as possible. And the Knight of Swords is one of the fastest knights in the deck. I would say that this fox person, is thinking a lot. The dolphin is heavy on this person's mind, but they are only willing to come forward if they know that it is the healthy thing to do. And then let's go ahead and look at the dolphin. Let's move this real quick. What is the dolphin person thinking about this connection? Okay. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands, Temperance, and the Three of Wands. So I would say that the dolphin really has... What I think is interesting, the first thing I'm going to say is that we have this Knight of Swords staring directly in the direction of the dolphin, and then we have the Knight of Wands staring directly in the direction of the fox. Both of these people are still energetically tied to one another. If there is like some sort of separation or like awkwardness going on, both of these people have one another heavy on their minds and have a desire to come toward one another. However, like it just feels like there's a lot of mirrored imagery, or not imagery, but energy here. Because then with Temperance, I think Temperance is coming out stronger than the Six of Swords. This is a major arcana card, and it's coming out more strongly because the strongest energy that the dolphin has toward this connection currently is patience. And that this is something that is very heavy on their mind. I feel like they have a desire to give this fox peace, to not bombard them, to allow them to come back in their own time or to arrive in their own time. It seems like the dolphin is recognizing that they need to allow this fox space. Okay, and then what is it that the fox is currently feeling for the dolphin? Okay, so we have the Five of Cups, we have the Devil. So right off the bat, I would say that the fox feels a huge amount of weight in their heart for the dolphin. It feels like the fox is bound, and with the Devil here, you know, the fox is representative of loyalty, and with the Devil here, it feels like it almost feels like their loyalty at the moment is something that chains them, because they hurt. They hurt in this connection currently. But they still feel bound to the dolphin. The dolphin means a lot to the fox. Nope, didn't want to come out. Okay. How is the fox feeling about the dolphin? How are they currently feeling? And then we have the world. Yeah, there's really strong feelings here. The fox has very strong feelings for the dolphin that I don't really necessarily know if the fox has fully admitted it to the dolphin. You know, with the dilettante here, which is an energy of like kind of just enjoying something without actually putting work into it, like becoming an artist without actually practicing, things like that. It seems like the energy of the fox is that they have this sense of loyalty and like want to be a good companion, but they don't have a whole lot of practice in the art of companionship or in the art of commitment. And I think that this feels foreign to them. I think commitment or caring for another person, like truly caring for another person, without like the attitude of, well, what can they do for me, is something that this person really hasn't experienced, and it feels scary to them and also foreign to them in the sense of it feels like a trap, like they're concerned because they feel like they belong to the dolphin. And also with the world here, it feels like there's a desire to expand, but also a desire to close out cycles that have not been serving either one of these people. Okay, and now let's go ahead and go to the dolphin. How is the dolphin feeling? Okay, we have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, and then the Emperor reversed. It's interesting. It's like they don't feel currently like they can be their hero, or like they have come and rescued themselves from whatever it is they need rescuing from. The Emperor upright is a divinely masculine card that represents calculated moves and actions and leadership and control. And it feels like the dolphin is still not really in their power when it comes to being comfortable in their own skin, or being an interdependent or an independent person outside of connections. Yeah, and with the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. So I also, okay, I'm sorry, I'm going to backtrack again to the Emperor. So like I feel like the Emperor is representative of their own journey, the dolphin's own journey to kind of empowering themselves and giving themselves what it is that they need. But I also feel like this Emperor is representative of them feeling as though the fox is not showing up in a divinely masculine way when the dolphin would like them to. It feels like they are viewing the fox, or they're feeling the fox's closed off energy, and it's heavy on their heart. Because we have two more knights here. We have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. There's so much desire here from the heart space, and also from just wanting to, there's desire here that's genuine, and it's not hasty, but they feel as though they're being blocked off from this, like blocked off from what it is that they want, rejected in a way. And what's shifting for the fox? We have the Wheel of Fortune. What's shifting in this connection for the fox? How is the fox shifting? Okay. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. It feels like the fox is, when it comes to what's shifting for the fox, they're coming out of like they're coming into an energy of feeling more maybe lucky or blessed. It's like their luck is looking up. Their happiness is increasing. The pain in which they feel is ending. And there's motion, there's action. It feels like if this fox person has not, if there's been a no contact situation or like a situation that's been kind of like weird, I would say that the biggest thing that I'm getting for what's shifting for this fox who has been acting very nonchalant, as we saw in the oracle cards, is that they are going to start taking a more active approach. Perhaps they're going to be turning this emperor that's reversed from the perspective of the dolphin upright. There's an element of communication here, an element of coming forward instead of stepping back and observing. And then also an element of kind of letting go of this past hurt, letting it end, letting a cycle come to a close. Oh, I didn't even notice that this was here. What should I do with it? I'm gonna leave it right here for right now. Okay, and then what is shifting for the dolphin? What's shifting for the dolphin in this connection? We have the Ten of Swords again. Okay, so for the dolphin, we have the Queen of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. And I think that this goes hand in hand, these two cards representing endings. I think this goes hand in hand with the threshold. It goes hand in hand with changes that are already on their way. It seems like the dolphin is stepping into their power. The Queen of Wands is a manifester, is divinely feminine and sits in her throne and knows that what it is that she wants is arriving to her. And also is somebody who goes after what it is that they want and has strong desires, knows what it is that they want. It seems like both of these people, well, I'm not going to get into what both of these people what's shifting for both of them, because we'll do that here. But it feels like, I mean, we have the Ten of Swords for both of these people. There's an ending happening. I don't necessarily see it as an ending between the two of these people. It's more so an ending of the pain that both of these people have been going through, or of the longing that both of these people are going through. It seems like the dolphin is going to reach a point in which there is harmony and peace within this dolphin's life. The healing that they are looking for is slowly coming to them. And with the Eight of Cups here, you see it as well. The Eight of Cups is about seeking truth, is about moving to the truth, finding it. It feels like this dolphin is truly growing in the ways in which they desire. Okay, so let's see what the connecting energy is for these two people in terms of what they're thinking. What are both these people thinking currently? Okay. Whoops. We have enthusiasm. Yes, and it says thunder above, earth below. I would say that what they're both, like I was saying, there's movement on both ends. Both of these people want to come charging towards one another, but at the same time they want to do it in peace. And you see it in the imagery here with thunder above. This is the passion that both of these people feel for one another, or the desire or the longing that they acknowledge toward one another. But earth below is representative of stillness, of patience, of allowing things to unfold naturally. Both of these people are really, I feel like, taking calculated risks or are thinking things through very intentionally so as to not mess things up. What is the connecting energy between how these two people are feeling? Okay, we have the well. Water above, wind below. It feels like both of these people have, like they're both feeling things incredibly deeply right now. And I think that they both are aware of the depths of their feelings, but I don't think that they feel as though they're being seen by one another in terms of how they're feeling. Like, I think they both feel fairly misunderstood. But the feelings are there on both ends. And what's shifting for the two of these people? What's the connecting energy? Okay, we have darkening of the light. Earth above, fire below. Very interesting. It feels like a transition. A transition that may appear to be an ending. A transition that seems, and I mean, you see it with the Ten of Swords for both of these people, but there's also happiness here. Whether or not that's with this person, based on what I'm seeing, it seems like there's a strong desire on both ends for this to be with one another. But it seems like both parties are in need of facing their darkness or of facing a dark night for this transition to occur. Okay, and then what did I want to do? Oh, let's go ahead and get some shadow work cards for each one of these people. So what is it that the fox person needs to work on currently? Unworthy. Think deeply and ask yourself why you are not worthy of the situation at hand. And then for this person, we have uncompromising. Think about being fair and working in harmony with another person. Okay. And then I would like to get some messages and just see what comes through. What does pile one's person... Hold on. I don't want these. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? Okay. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. I knew exactly what I was doing. I know I messed everything up. I bury myself in work to forget you. And one more. Oh, okay. I love you unconditionally. And we have... I lost myself for a little while. Okay, and then let's go ahead and get... Now we'll get some of these. What else does pile one need to know? What does pile one need to know? Regret. Someone feels remorse for the way they treated you. Okay, and then we have warning. Don't dismiss the red flags here, and lean on your inner circle during this time. I think that this warning, obviously take it how it resonates for you. But from what I'm seeing, it seems like both of these people are really trying their best. And of course, I don't know everything that's going on. I'm just looking at, just a select few of cards that have come out. And from what I see from these cards is that both parties are trying their best and are wanting to try to make this work. And we asked what else it is that we need to know. And with warning here, don't dismiss the red flags. This could be indicative of the dolphin realizing that they need to work on themselves, or the fox waking up to how perhaps they're behaving. Red flags come in all shapes and sizes. And it could be, if you see red flags in this person, obviously what it's saying is don't dismiss the red flags here. Red flags will always come back. However, we also carry red flags within ourselves, and we're always capable of changing. So I think that this is also very insightful when it comes to our own introspection. Okay, and then pile 1. Let's see. Let's get you an affirmation before we end this. What does pile 1 need to hear? Okay. I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. All right, pile 1. Well, this is what I'm seeing for you today. If this resonated, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section down below. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do so in my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for giving me the chance to read for you, pile 1. I really enjoy reading, and I hope that I'll have the chance to read for you again in another video soon. Bye! Hello, group 2. So this reading is a you versus them reading. So essentially we're going to look into how both of you are thinking, how both of you are feeling, and what is shifting for the both of you, as well as what the connecting energies are between all of those things for both of you. So person 1 is showing up in this connection currently as the Liberator, the Trout, and the Beaver. And person 2 is currently showing up in this connection as the Hermit, the Bear, and the Dragonfly. And then the connecting energies between the two of these people is the Prayer. So when I was pulling these cards, immediately I heard, if you love something, set it free. And I think that that's exactly what has happened between the two of these people. It feels like perhaps both of you decided that a separation or letting one another go may have been the best decision out of love, or it could have just been one of you. However, there's things here indicating that both of you may have decided this. Obviously, with the Beaver person here, we have the Liberator, which gives me the feeling of setting something free. But then with this Dragonfly person, we have the Bear. And bears typically are fiercely protective of their young. Mother bears are very protective of their young and would do anything for them. However, once they reach a certain age, once they are ready to go out on their own, the mother bear chases them away. And it feels like, because I'm seeing energy on both ends, it feels like this could have been a mutual thing. However, the biggest takeaway that I'm getting from this is that at least one person decided that it would be best for everyone involved in a very loving way. At least that's what they thought at the time. It would be really good for the both of you to go your separate ways. It seems like the Dragonfly person is really in their head about this, is kind of like confused about whether or not this was the right decision. And I would say that they are also really isolated right now. They're self-isolating. I would say that they're really in their feels. And then the beaver person, it feels like the beaver person also is really thinking about this connection, and it's very heavy on their mind, and they're going through a type of transformation right now because of this separation. But not only does the trout talk about transformation, but it also talks about a return home. And it feels like the trout's energy toward this connection currently is a desire to come back into union. And you see it with the beaver as well, which is all about loyalty, family, and home building. And then the beaver's energy toward the connection is love. And I think that this further confirms the desire that this person has toward the other person. And then the dragonfly's energy toward this connection currently is regret. And I think that that is why this dragonfly is so in their head and so confused, is because they're not comfortable with the choices that they have made. They see things differently now, and they're very confused by what they're realizing. And the connecting energies between the two of these people currently is the prayer. This is telling me that both of these people is placing an importance on this connection right now. Both of these people are really focused on it, and both of these people hold this connection in high regard. It's very special to the both of them. But that's what I'm seeing for what's going on currently. Let's go ahead and look into how this beaver is thinking right now. How is the beaver thinking about the dragonfly? Okay, oh my god. Okay, we're just gonna take this first one. Too many. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords. How are they thinking about this person currently? And we have the Page of Swords. So this to me is telling me that not only are they curious about you, or you're curious about them, depending on who you are. This beaver person is very, very curious. Is probably like stalking on social media, asking about you if you have mutual friends. Is just very, like, they're kind of like spying, and I don't mean it like it's very light, but they can't stop thinking about you, and they have a really intense desire to come charging toward you. But you're heavy, or they are heavy on your mind. I don't know why I'm saying it that way. I should just say the dragonfly is very heavy on the beaver's mind. They're thinking about the dragonfly a lot. What are they currently thinking about? And we have the Six of Pentacles. I also think that so they're very curious about several things. They're curious just about what this dragonfly person is up to. They're curious about what would happen if they were to come forward, but they're also curious about what would happen if this connection were to be in union again. They're worried, or they're concerned that it wouldn't be in balance. They have a desire to bring this into balance, and they want to give and receive equally. And then for the dragonfly, how is this dragonfly person thinking about the beaver? So we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands, and the Lovers. Okay, so the dragonfly person, I would say, is probably more where the beaver is like overthinking and just like really like replaying things over and over and over in their mind. The dragonfly person is more in a state of inspiration right now, of like wanting to come out of this hermit energy, of wanting to come out of the feeling of regret, and really is thinking about this connection in the sense of they feel like, or they're trying to view this as this is destiny. There's going to be union again. They're very inspired. They have a really strong desire to talk to this beaver, and they have a desire for union. Yeah. And then the connecting energies between the two of these people in terms of what they are thinking, we have joy. Both of these people are viewing a union as something that would bring about healing, peace, joy, would bring about emotional renewal. Both of these people are looking to union as kind of a treasure. Okay, how is the beaver feeling? How is the beaver feeling about the dragonfly currently? How are they feeling? Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups. The King of Cups. And we have the Moon. Oh, okay, the Ten of Swords wanted to come out as well. Okay, so we have a progression here from a knight to a king. The beaver, I think it's pretty obvious just because we have love here as their energy toward this connection. This beaver is very much so in their heart space for the dragon. There is a lot of love and gentleness here for the dragonfly. However, there's also an immense amount of fear that they're allowing themselves to feel, but it seems like the beaver no longer wants to allow their fears to dictate their actions. It feels like they would rather dive in wholly and completely than tiptoe in the water because they're afraid. And then the dragonfly, how is the dragonfly feeling? Okay, the dragonfly wants to come back. The dragonfly wants union. The Six of Cups is all about people from your past coming back, apologies, soulmates, past life lovers, past life unions. And then we also have the Seven of Pentacles. The dragonfly wants to put in the effort to make things right. The dragonfly wants to come back. Oh, and there's another one. Let's see. Okay, and then we have the World and Judgment. Yes, again, with apologies, with wanting to make things right, with wanting to close out one cycle to start something new on a fresh slate. And then in terms of how both of the connecting energies between the both of them and how they're feeling, we have nearing completion. Both of these people feel as though this connection is not over. They feel as though things were left unsaid, things were left just incomplete. It's not over. Both of them feel this way. And then let's see what's shifting. What's shifting for the beaver? We have the Sun. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Three of Swords. It just feels like healing. It feels like this beaver is not wanting to give up. This beaver is allowing themselves to feel it feels like it hurts to love this person currently. The beaver feels in pain loving the dragonfly because there is separation here. And yet what's shifting is their ability to come out on top. It feels like they're going to be overcoming this heartache. They're going to be overcoming this battle that they feel within themselves in order to heal, in order to find warmth, in order to find joy again. The joy in which they are seeing here is coming to them. It's shifting toward them. And then what about the dragonfly? What's shifting for the dragonfly? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Whoops. We have Death reversed. What's shifting And we have the Knight of Swords. Okay. The dragonfly is continuing in the near future, is continuing to refuse the end of this, to refuse to accept that the end has come for this connection. There's action that this dragonfly wishes to take. And then in terms of what's shifting between the two of them, the connecting energies, we have overview. It feels like these two people are going to be coming together to work on things. Yeah. Okay, now I want to get some channeled messages. What would pile 2's person like to say to pile 2? What would pile 2's person like to say? We will be together again. Yes, 100%. That's absolutely what this is talking about. Let's see. It's time for me to heal now. What would you like to say to pile? What does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2? You were the best thing in my life. I am not available. And one more. I want to tell you how I feel. Okay, and what else do they need to know about this connection? Protected. You are safe and divinely guided. Apology. You can expect the apology you want to hear. Yes, I definitely saw that. And then spiritual lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. Okay. I also would like to get some shadow work cards for you guys. What does the beaver need to hear right now? What is the beaver needs to work on? Inconsistent. Think about if your thoughts, actions, and routines are inconsistent. Does it serve you well on a daily basis? And what about the dragonfly? What do they need to work on right now? Self-absorbed. Seek to feel what others are feeling. Express empathy to others to overcome this. All right, pile 2. The last thing I want to do is get you an affirmation. What does pile 2 need to hear right now? What affirmation is there for pile 2? Okay, pile 2, you get 2 cards. My greatest experience of freedom comes when I let go of what others think of me. And I celebrate all the greatness in my life. All right, pile 2, well, this is what I'm seeing for you today. If this resonated, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section down below. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do so in my Etsy shop. The link is in my description box. Thank you so much, pile 2, for giving me this chance to read for you. This is something that I really enjoy doing, and I hope that I'll have the chance to read for you again soon. Bye! Hello, pile 3. So today's reading is a you versus them reading. So we're going to look into what each of you is thinking, feeling, and what is shifting, as well as what the connecting energies for each of those 3 things are. So person 1 is being represented as Midas/Miser, the Mole, and the Starfish. And person 2 is being represented as the Goddess, Lynx, and Crocodile. Okay, so I would say that the Starfish person is showing up currently in this connection as somebody who is very confident, somebody who is blindly trusting the situation. However, I think that they're also showing up in a way in which they might be blind to their own shortcomings or their own their own need to work on themselves or their own lack of perspective. There's just an element here with the starfish in which there's like an element of superficiality here. And their energy toward the connection is pride. And so I think that this superficiality comes from perhaps worrying about what other people think or really wanting to come out on top rather than asking themselves what it is that they actually want. It seems like they're more so focused on pride than on authenticity at times. But there is an element of trust here that they are showing up with in terms of this connection. The crocodile person seems to be more calculated in the energy and the way in which they present themselves in this connection, where the starfish is somebody who is just kind of like going along with things and can't really see, but is able to kind of like trust their sense of judgment or their gut. The crocodile seems to be much more calculated in the sense of when they're going to make moves. And you see it in the lynx too. Both of these are predatory creatures that hunt. And the lynx is an animal that can see very clearly in the dark, can see things that other people cannot. So it could be that this crocodile person sees the shortcomings of the starfish or sees the superficiality of the starfish. But really the biggest thing that I'm getting is that there isn't as much trust. The crocodile doesn't have as much trust in this connection as the starfish does. There is the energy toward the connection for the crocodile is success. So there are certain outcomes that this crocodile has in mind for this connection, and they're placing a lot of emphasis on those outcomes, whereas the starfish is emphasizing more so their own need to be right, or their own need to look good, or their own need to win. But yeah, it seems like the crocodile person is wanting more control rather than flow at the moment. And then the connecting energies between the two of these people is the animal. So currently there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of attraction. It feels very natural between the two of these people. And I would say that both parties feel very drawn to one another and fairly good about this connection. There's nothing here indicating that like one person really is like trying to get away. Both of these people seem to be really putting in energy toward this connection currently. So if that resonates, let's go ahead and look into what the starfish is currently thinking. What are they currently thinking about this connection and about the crocodile? What are they currently thinking about this connection? Okay, so we have the Emperor, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Star. Okay. So I would say that the starfish, I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting that they're showing up as the starfish, and then right underneath it we have the star. It feels like this person is thinking that what they have right now, like what they have, it couldn't possibly get any better. They feel pretty content in this connection right now. They feel very much in their power. They feel very stable. This person feels very comfortable and happy in this connection, or is seeing this connection as something in which could be very comfortable, safe, and bringing about a lot of happiness to the both of you. And then let's go ahead and look at how the crocodile is thinking. So how is the crocodile currently thinking? Okay, so we have the Magician and the Seven of Swords. What is the crocodile currently thinking? And then we have, I'm not going to take this because I get the point. And then we have the Four of Swords. So crocodile energy really is about resting and waiting. And you see it here with the Four of Swords. There's a need here within this person. This person is being very calculated. There is a need to control here. With the Magician on its own is an energy of somebody who knows that they have everything that they need in which to make everything they want come into fruition, to manifest. However, the Magician can also be manipulative depending on what other cards are around, and we have the Seven of Swords here. And it feels like this crocodile person is so dead set on this connection having a specific outcome that works for them, that they are really doing whatever it is that they need to do in order to ensure that that happens. Which really, when you think about it, when you're going into a connection, or really into any aspect of life with this need to control to the point of not allowing things to unfold naturally, it's a message to the universe that you don't trust what it is that they are. You don't trust the universe. You don't trust the process. You don't trust that it has your back, and you don't trust that good will happen to you without you having to manipulate. So I would say that this person's thoughts are right now currently in kind of a mindset of fear rather than of trust. And then the connecting energies between what the two of these people are thinking is temporary obstacles. So I think that the starfish person is, these people seem to be very, very different people, and yet at the same time energetically it feels like the same energy. It's just on different poles. I think the starfish would acknowledge that there are obstacles that the crocodile is seeing that is causing the crocodile to feel as though they have to control. I think there's acknowledgement. Essentially what this is saying is that there's acknowledgement from both parties that there are obstacles. However, both people here view them as something temporary rather than something that is really going to tear this connection apart. And then let's see, what is the starfish feeling? Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Four of Wands. I would say that the starfish feels very, very whole in this connection. Feels a lot of joy, feels very stable, feels very much like there's a lot of potential here. And with the Ten of Wands here, I think that that's indicative of the temporary obstacles we're seeing as the connecting energies, where it just feels like they're ready to release whatever temporary obstacles they're being, the both of you are being faced with. And then, how does the crocodile feel? How's the crocodile feeling? We have the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. Okay. I would say that this person equally feels like that level of comfort. This person definitely has a lot of very strong feelings for the starfish with the Ace of Cups here. They also feel as though they can have what it is that they want with this Nine of Pentacles. And I think that they're putting that, they're giving credit to themselves for that. But yeah, there's just an element of confidence here. They feel confident in this connection and what it is that they're feeling. And then the connecting energy is joy. Both of these people are content in the connection that they're in. Both of these people see potential for joy if it hasn't arrived yet. If there's some rocky times, obviously with temporary obstacles, either way, the potential that both of these people see for this connection, that they feel when thinking of this connection, when being around one another, is pure happiness. And then what is shifting for the starfish? Okay, we have the Seven of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. I think this is really interesting. I think that what this is indicating is that this attitude of like kind of blindly going into things, of not really taking action and just like assuming that everything is going to work out, that's always it's always wonderful to understand and to be a part of like a state of flow. But at the same time, there is responsibility to ourselves out of self-love to go after what it is that we want. We too take part in the creation of our reality. Besides just thinking great things, we take action in it. We play in it. And it seems like that there's a shift in the starfish's recent future in which they recognize this. They recognize the need to do this. And then pile 3, let's see. What is the crocodile feeling? Okay, so we have the this is what's shifting. So we have the Three of Wands reversed. What's shifting for this crocodile? Okay, and we have Justice and we have the Three of Cups. So what's shifting for this crocodile person? It seems as though there is going to be a moment that brings this crocodile person back into reality, and they realize that they cannot control everything. The Three of Wands upright is a card of trust, of knowing that things are going to come back to you, and it's reversed. There's what's shifting for this person is there's going to come a time where they are going to have to simply trust rather than put in all of this effort, where it feels like there's a shift going on here energetically, where the starfish is shifting into taking a more active approach, and the crocodile is shifting into learning how to let go and be in that state of flow that they have been unable to achieve thus far. And then the connecting energy between the two of these people for what's shifting is youthful folly. It seems as though there is some maturing here that is going on between the both of these people. It seems like past mistakes are actually being processed and learned from and not repeated. Let's go ahead and get you guys some channeled messages. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? Okay. I don't react when people mention you. I can't stop thinking about you. What does pile 3's person want to say? I know I was a distraction from your pain. I am not available. And I look for you. Oh, okay. I look for you everywhere, and you were the best thing in my life. So I don't feel like, from what I'm seeing, I don't really see like a connection in which there's separation. Obviously, lots of people watch these videos, and you know, you could very well be resonating with all of this, and it just hasn't shown up energetically in this spread. So for me, when I'm reading these, I think it's really important to not take the message that's on the card literally, and find a way in which it resonates for you. And if it doesn't resonate for you, even when shifting your perspective a little bit, it's probably because it's not a message for you. What else does pile 3 need to know about this connection? Okay, we have different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision. I see that. I see two people who are polar opposites, but like, yeah, exactly, polar opposites, but you're on the same pole, and I see it shifting. I see kind of like a polar shift, a polarity shift. What else do they need to know? Strictly sexual. This connection is passionate but not enduring. Put away the computer. Okay. Oh, what is this? I thought I saw something. Maybe not. Let's get one more, because I'm not resonating with them. Of course, it's not my reading. It'll probably resonate for some people, but I don't know. The strictly sexual and the put away your computer, I didn't pick up on anything like that from this. Of course, the success, I guess, could be indicative also of somebody who won't stop working, or who's focusing more so on work than this connection. But yeah, and then we have stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. Okay, and then let's go ahead and get you guys some shadow work cards, if I can find them. Okay, what is it that the starfish needs to work on? What does the starfish's highest self want them to work on? Vengeful, find a better way to heal your anger. This negative emotion comes back full circle. What about the crocodile? What does the crocodile need to work on? Okay. Arrogant. If you're insecure or fear rejection, this behavior surfaces. Work on accepting your true self and give yourself love as you are needing it. And quick-tempered. Think before you speak. Put space between your thoughts and the words that come out. All right. And finally, pile 3, I am going to get you an affirmation. What affirmation is there for pile 3? What does pile 3 need to hear? Okay. Creativity flows from me. I am a divine creator. All right, pile 3. Well, this is what I'm seeing for you today. If this resonated with you, I would love to know about how it did in the comment section down below. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do so in my Etsy shop. Thank you so much, pile 3, for watching today, and I hope that I will have the chance to read for you again in another video soon. Bye!